In lesson 1, we have already touched the topic of utterance generation using macros mechanism. We use define section for that. Someone can argue, why don't you use available libraries to generate synonyms? But you have to keep in mind that we use the values only applicable in a particular context. There are a couple of options available to define macros. One of them is named list. You define the section like this. Basically, you have a section list and its name and male name. It is the same as you define it like this. And then list all possible combination, and so on and so forth. Another alternative to define macros would be to use section called slist, which is very similar to the list, which have the name and its values. The difference is that slist section allows you to define Python variable which would be called Gmail name. This is a very useful feature for fulfillment if you want to use those values in execution environment. Nested macros are supported as well, so let's do a simple modification of the previous example by defining the additional macro relative. We'll call it rel, and instead of macro me, which looks like me, us, then my son, my wife, my father, would be something like this. Another section that I would like to discuss today is regular expression. This is a very useful section to do certain modification on original utterances before it goes to inference pipeline. I would like to replace I'd with I would, or we would, and regular expression for this would be I, and similar. So this is a replacement. In some cases, you would want to just simply remove certain combination of words from the utterances. And in order to do that, you specify ampersand, empty string, and then regular expression, which in this case is very simple. Please, would you be so kind, and things like that. You just want to remove them because they don't carry any meaningful information. One thing I would like to stress here, this is very application specific. Maybe in some cases you don't want to get rid of such combination of words. So it's up to you, and like I said, it depends on the application. Alternatively, you can use grounding mechanism. Take a look at these utterances. They are not assigned with intent, they don't have any slot values. Those utterances are grounded, basically ignored. Training with these utterances would widen the range of possible combinations that the NLU model would label correctly. In upcoming lessons, we will be discussing named entity recognition, and for that purpose, regular expression section could be used as well. But we will discuss it later.